Hey, good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? This your boy Rob Thomas Jr. and this is the real news behind the news. Oh yeah, today is Tuesday, April 17, 2019. And again, we back to talk to our YouTube viewers, our subscribers. We thank y'all for subscribing. Continue to share these videos and continue to make sure that you are subscribed to our video, because again, YouTube, Facebook, and everybody, the feds basically has been monitoring all my social media accounts, and we get into a lot of disputes, y'all, because I'm putting out quality content, real content, and a lot of time the content that I put out, they don't want y'all to hear, so they been interfering with my pages, but that's not gonna stop us. Here we are again today. We're going to basically kind of do like a part 2 to that video that we did yesterday when we talked about the cathedral in Notre Dame. Man, how the fuck you expect me to give a crap about this cathedral when they done raised, in 2 days, them white folk done raised over $1 billion in 2 days. Now, $1 billion with a B. They done raised over $1 billion to rebuild that church over there, way over in France. When right here in Louisiana, again, you got 3 churches that was burned down by a white dude because he hate black dudes and black people. And he was a sheriff's son. And so this one lady come on my page talking about, they didn't got $1 million. How many times can you put 1 million into $1 billion? The media is going to continue to show you what's happening in Notre Dame, but that outside of that 24-hour period that they showed where that dude was arrested for burning 3 churches down, 3 black churches down here in Louisiana, you ain't finna hear nothing else about that. So she said they got $1 million out of it. $1 million? Come on now. The building fund in all 3 of them churches ain't equal to $1 million. And for you black churches, y'all need to be one pitching in to jump in and help them folk. But again, they got a building fund. I'm pretty sure all them folks all them black churches took up a building fund for the last 40 years. Now you get a chance to use some of that money that all them people that gave you over the last 40 years. Anyway, we're going to fast forward. Right here in Freeport, Louisiana, we got 2 things. Here in Louisiana, we got parishes. We don't have counties. Now, there's been I think it's on a federal level, there has been a ruling where here in Caddo Parish, they finna take that monument downtown in front of the courthouse on Texas Street. Guess what? I think it's gonna be some drama, because Negroes don't realize, since now that we have come together and forced them to take what has been held so dear to them, that Confederate monument in front of the courthouse, guess what they finna do? My people on the Cooper Road, they finna come up there and try to force us to take that statue of Martin Luther King down on the Cooper Road. Put it like this. This is where it's gonna be. If you keep telling them to take their monument down, if you can't have yours, if they can't have theirs, you can't have yours. That's where they're gonna play out here in Freeport. And it's going to get kind of messy, because when the white folks start coming together in Freeport, Negroes going to sit back talking about, I ain't finna go out and mess with them people. Wait a minute. The same nigga that be on Facebook, the same people that be on Instagram or whatever talking all this super black power, consciousness, woke stuff. Soon as the white folks in Freeport do something, first thing them Negroes say is, man, I ain't finna go out there and mess with them people, man. Them people, man, you ain't nothing we can do. But you be on Facebook every day, be talking about, man, fuck the power, fight the power, black power. Man, get the fuck out of here. Them folks finna rewrite history right in front of your eyes. Because half of us, as black people, don't really understand what chattel slavery, Jim Crow, sharecropping, and now the private prison industry really is all about. So we're not properly educating our kids on history. Now that they put a washed down version of history into your public education curriculum, our children are going to be taught in the school that slavery wasn't all that bad, and then they don't have the monuments for you and I to go and show, say, see, son, that statue right there, that's a certain leader. He owned slaves. He did this, and then the slaves did this. They had to do this, and this is how he treated the slave. If you don't have nothing physical to show them the consequences, the reality, and the history of slavery, If they take away the physical monuments and continue the indoctrination, your kids in 30 years, you're going to have a bunch of children, a whole generation that don't even know slavery existed. You know how I know? Let's look at what China did over in Tiananmen Square with the Tiananmen Square massacre. Excuse me. Most of y'all probably won't even know what I'm talking about when I say Tiananmen Square massacre. You know why? Because that happened almost 30 years ago. And in 30 years, China has went out of their way to make sure that there's no memorial. Even on the anniversary of the day when that dude was standing in front of that tank and that tank ran straight over his ran over his behind, ran straight over him on TV, and they had to cut it. You see what I'm saying? This is what happened in Tiananmen Square, but guess what? China makes sure you don't know about it because they erased every physical monument, and you dare not. Even Facebook, Google, YouTube has bowed down to China and will not let anybody see anything about the Tiananmen Square massacre. So what happened? They took away the physical evidence that actually happened, and then they indoctrinated the people, and then they did not let the story go out. And guess what? Now you got a generation, almost 2 generations, and guess what? This was less than 30 years ago in China. Almost 2 generations that don't even know that the Tiananmen Square massacre even happened. And it happened in my lifetime. Again, we also talked about in part 1 of the video we did yesterday, I guess you could say this part 2, we talked about Israel getting all this money, whereas black people here in America, we ask about slavery. They tell us, don't even talk about it. That happened a long time ago, but they seem to forget that just less than 60 years ago, my mama, who's still alive today, 55 years ago, excuse me, could not even drink out the same water fountain as white people here in Louisiana. In Shreveport. Caddo Parish. It's crazy. But let me get to this thing. A lot of people been asking me, well, Rob, you went out your way and you helped the current mayor, the new mayor here in Shreveport, get elected. Now there's a lot of bullshit going on with the insurance where, I'm going to be real, there was maybe some improprieties went down, but let me tell y'all this. I'm going to stand by Mayor Adrian Perkins. I'm going to stick up for him because I know he got a good heart, and maybe he just got a little bit in over his head on this insurance thing. But one thing I will say to you, Mayor Perkins, you know I love you, man. I got your back, and I'm going to roll with you because they finna come at you. Remember I told your people a month ago that them folk were finna come at you. And here we are a month later, they coming at you. But this is what I'm going to tell you, Mayor Perkins. Shreveport City Council, Caddo Parish Commission. We as citizens, black citizens especially of Shreveport, but all citizens of Shreveport are tired of seeing you all spend tens of millions, actually almost close to $1 billion every year on projects around the city and its people outside the city of Shreveport. Mayor Perkins, I applaud you for what you was trying to do, but it makes the black folks here in Shreveport no difference if a Negro in New Orleans got that contract. What the fuck good is it going to do us here in Shreveport? You champion the fact that for the first time a black company was able to participate in this process, process of ensuring catastrophic insurance for our airport, our fire trucks, our police cars, all your city vehicles and all your city structure is supposed to be covered under this policy, and you fuck around and gave it to a dude that's charging the city $180,000 more a year, plus we getting damn near way less than 10% of the coverage has been taken out. Excuse me. So you telling us that there's over $750 billion now in the city of Shreveport that's not really covered. It's crazy. We'll talk, Mayor Perkins. I know you're going to watch this video. I know the whole city council in here in Shreveport going to watch. I know Caddo Parish Commission is going to watch it. Guess what? We're not playing. Everybody has to be held accountable. Even if we go hard in the paint to help you get elected, when it comes down to it, the decisions that you make, we're going to hold you accountable to make sure that the citizens of Shreveport benefit off those decisions. Again, we're getting tired of driving around here seeing these motherfuckers from Mississippi, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Texas, getting all these tens of millions and hundreds of millions of dollars on contract that Negroes right in here that got businesses here in Shreveport could be getting because of political fuckery and the games that's being played here politically. Y'all give them to your homeboys way down in New Orleans. Who gives a fuck if that nigga in New Orleans got this contract, Mayor Perkins? First of all, he can't cover it, and I'm pretty sure that there was black insurance companies here in Shreveport that could have got that contract. But most importantly, those same black contractors would have been able to spend that money right back here in our communities. So we're going to talk about that. Again, we mentioned that with Caddo Parish courthouse, that statue being removed. Again, Negroes worried about a statue outside the courthouse, but they still lynching you here in Caddo Parish. Inside that courthouse. You want to know how I know? Guess what? Louisiana leads the world per capita. Well, I think somebody else took it over. We number 2 in the world per capita. Think about this. Louisiana has less than 5 million people throughout the whole state. China got over 1 billion people per capita. We got more people locked up in Louisiana than China. Louisiana just 4 years ago was considered the death penalty capital of the United States. You don't know why? Because they were playing games with the jury. And Caddo Parish, right here in Shreveport, leads the state of Louisiana pretty much, or they ranked up there behind New Orleans as far as sentencing people to jail. To this private prison system. Really, it's not a private prison system. Your sheriff departments, because again, we don't have counties. So you got niggas getting sentenced to 20 years, spending it in a parish jail. In other places, it'd be a county jail. Spending it in a parish jail. They spending the next 20 years of their life in one room in the jail because the sheriff department own that jail, and the sheriff department's main goal is to make money. So again, we sit up here, man, talking about take that goddamn statue down outside. We want it to go. Black power. Guess what, Negroes? It's what they doing inside that courthouse that you should be worried about. But most Negroes don't want to hear that. They want to hear shit about R. Kelly. They want to hear about Jussie Smollett. They want to hear about all this entertainment, garbage, propaganda, bull crap. When in reality, when people try to inform them, they reject it, telling you being judgmental. We don't want to hear that because you talking some real stuff. And right now, we just want to get high, have sex, and forget about everything that people like you tell us about. But guess what? You still going to have to deal with it. So, again, I know we was rambling on this late, man. I'm actually full of cold medicine. I had a little chest cold here. I took a bunch of NyQuil, so I'm feeling good. And I believe that I still need to tell y'all the truth. The truth is, black people, it's time that we control our own narrative. Now, on the 24th of this month, I think it's next Tuesday, next Wednesday, I'll be speaking at the local chapter of the FOI here. Now, again, I'm not a Christian, Muslim, or Jew, but I thank them for giving me the opportunity to speak, and the subject